visitation, the family asked. Instead of flowers, people send donations to a charity of your choice. And the WVUA 23 News team was on hands tonight at the Tech or Treat event. It was held at the Gateway Center in Alberta. Now, kids from all over Tuscaloosa County were dressed up in their favorite costumes and received Halloween candy, as well as get introduced to STEAM Concept. Now, STEAM Concepts are science, technology, engineering, arts, and math opportunities for the children. This free event had music and free drinks and food. Now, over in Northport Police Department held a Halloween Fall Festival tonight. It was held at Kentuck Park. Hundreds of kids dressed up in costumes, and they were also able to get candy. They were able to enjoy the bounce houses, hay rides, door prizes, and even take part in the costume contest. Well, coming up, a lawsuit has been filed against McDonald's regarding an E. coli breakout. We have details, and a potential resentencing for the Menendez brothers could soon be in the near future. We'll tell you how this may be possible. More on these stories when we come back. A Colorado man has filed the first lawsuit against McDonald's over its E. coli outbreak linked to Quarter Pounders. The outbreak has been identified across 10 states with at least 49 illnesses and 1 death. The lawsuit accuses McDonald's of product liability, negligence, and breach of implied warranties. The chain's U.S. president says Wednesday it's safe to eat at McDonald's and affected ingredients are probably out of the supply chain at restaurants. Well, a Netflix drama helped bring the Menendez murders back to the spotlight and back on the preview by prosecutors. Lyle and Eric Menendez were convicted back in 1996 after killing their parents back in 1989. Now, they have been in prison ever since. Now, the Los Angeles District Attorney is announcing a recommendation on that could determine whether they remain there or set free. Maribel Gonzalez has more from Los Angeles.
What's the problem? Someone killed my parents. Pardon me? Were they shot? Yes. They were shot? Yes.
A decades-old murder case garnering widespread new attention from Netflix.
We looked like the perfect family, but behind the walls, something very wrong was happening.
Now heading back to the courtroom, Eric and Lyle Menendez, convicted of murdering their parents, Jose and Kitty, more than 3 decades ago, could now get a chance at freedom.
we're going to recommend to the court that the life without the possibility of parole be removed.
Los Angeles County District Attorney George Gascon recommending resentencing.
They will be eligible for parole immediately.
Prosecutors reviewed the brothers' murder cases after their defense came forward with new evidence, including a letter written by Eric. His attorneys say it corroborates abuse allegations against their father, Jose.
There is no excuse for murder, and I will never imply that what we're doing here is to excuse that behavior, because even if you get abused, the right path is to call the police, seek help. But I understand also how sometimes people get desperate.
A judge will ultimately decide on the brothers' case, but for the Menendez family, this recommendation is already a victory.
We can make sure that Eric and Lyle receive the justice they deserve and finally come home.
In Los Angeles, I'm Maribel Gonzalez.
About 33,000 striking Boeing union workers voted down a proposed contract deal Wednesday. Boeing's latest contract offer of a 35% raise over 4 years was an increase from the last offer at 25%. But many union workers' top priority is the return of pensions as well as a targeted salary increase of over 40%. Now, Boeing's pension plan was frozen more than a decade ago, costing some employees more than $600 a month in pensions. Well, Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg and Federal Railroad Administrator Emmett Bowes were among government and Amtrak officials to break ground on a new train station in Mobile to service the Gulf Coast. Amtrak will resume passenger services from New Orleans to Mobile after Hurricane Katrina destroyed the rail infrastructure back in 2005. The train station is being funded in part with federal dollars from the Infrastructure Investment and Jobs Act of 2021.
It has taken a lot of lifting and pushing and funding and partnership across state lines, across party lines, across the public-private line in order to make this happen. But now we are here celebrating the work that's going to reconnect Mobile to a larger passenger rail network, supporting these communities with those high-impact investments and long-term upgrades that they deserve.
A start date for the service has yet to be announced.
And warm weather continues for this weekend. Look at that local forecast coming up after the break. Hear my forecast every day on 92.1 The Possum. Nice and quiet this evening across central and west Alabama. Here's a live view from our Demopolis camera in Marengo County. We're looking off towards the south direction. Temperature right now of 64 at that camera location. And again, it is certainly a nice evening across the board. Let's go to our Brian Denny camera, check out things live there. And you're looking off towards the north direction. There's the Walk of Champions. It's going to be the happening place this weekend. It is University of Alabama's homecoming. You've got Friday night events with the pep rally, bonfire, and also for the parade Saturday morning. We'll talk more about that local weather here in just a little bit. 86 this afternoon. The record high also 86 at back of the year 2010. So we tied the record on this day. Didn't break the record, but we did tie it. It was mighty hot today. And again, look at Doppler radar. Things are pretty quiet out there tonight. But temperatures now, again, we've got widespread 60s across the board, except for Haleyville and Coleman, mid to upper 50s across northern portions of Alabama. And the satellite and radar skies remain clear. Here's that forecast for Friday. 82 at lunchtime, 87 by mid-afternoon. Lots of sunshine expected. We need the rain. New drought monitor update shows moderate drought conditions across most of west and central Alabama, and there's just not much coming up. Friday, again, we stay dry. Saturday looking dry. Sunday, maybe a shower or two. But again, the risk of rain not overly impressive on Sunday. We've had the latest numbers from the Weather Prediction Center suggests little to no actual rainfall accumulation. It's cold in the north and also cold in the northeast, northwest, northeast. Pretty chilly out there. But look at Tulsa. We've got 80 degrees, but Tuscaloosa at 62 now. Check out those local high school football games happening Friday night. Good looking weather, 72 at 7 o'clock, 65 by the fourth quarter. And for the Bama game, Alabama taking on Missouri at Bryant-Denny Stadium for the homecoming game. 2:30 kickoff, 86, very warm and sunny for the game time there. And again, dry weather conditions also expected. Auburn takes on Kentucky in Lexington, 6:45 kick. 59 and 50 by the end of the game. Really some nice football weather up in Lexington. And Mississippi State taking on Arkansas in Starkville, 11:45 a.m. kickoff, 75 and sunny. Fourth quarter, low 80s expected with dry conditions out there. So again, tonight we'll drop back in the 50s, and then tomorrow we warm up quickly. Back in the upper 80s. Going to be a warm day for a Friday. Lots of sunshine, humidity low though. And again, in terms of rainfall, just not expecting much at all coming up anytime soon. Maybe on Sunday, a brief shower or two. And the dry weather conditions around is going to Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Daytime highs in the low 80s, overnight lows also in the lower 60s, so a bit more consistent. But again, for Friday night, if you're going to the pep rally, bonfire, University of Alabama campus, nice and warm. And then for the parade, Jabari, Saturday morning, weather looking really good for that with the dry weather. Temperatures will warm up, but mid-morning, you're going to feel pretty nice out there.
Absolutely. I mean, perfect for a bonfire. But, you know, the fire's going to be going, so you don't have to take a coat.
Yeah, you don't need that. You won't need a coat anytime soon around here.
All right, Richard, thank you. Well, Gary Harris is standing by with a look at what's coming up in sports. Gary, good evening.
Hey, Jabari. Hey, Richard. Coming up, Alabama football is hoping to deliver head coach Kalen DeVore a birthday present on Saturday. Today's his birthday, but of course Saturday a win would be probably the best birthday present he could get. And former Crimson Tide wide receiver Jameson Williams has been suspended by the NFL for 2 games. We'll tell you why next in Alabama in the NFL update on WVUA 23 Sports. And welcome back to the News at 10. I'm Gary Harris. There has been a lot of discussion by Alabama fans this week about the play of quarterback Jalen Milroe. Many of them aren't happy with his play of late, but Missouri head coach Eli Drinkwitz says getting ready to face the Alabama QB is a very difficult preparation.
DeBoer's offense is taking a quarterback and getting and developing him into a great passer, which he does that, and then obviously he has the ability to scramble, make plays with his feet. I think the biggest thing offensively that they've done is the design quarterback runs, specifically in the red area, have been huge difference makers for their team. They utilize all the shifts and motions to try to gain a number advantage, and then they have that number advantage with the quarterback as the extra hat.
And join me in wishing Alabama head football coach Kalen DeBoer a happy 50th birthday. Coach was born on October 24th, 1974 in Millbank, South Dakota. Prior to Alabama, Coach DeBoer served as the head coach at Sioux Falls, which is his alma mater, Fresno State, and the University of Washington. Coach is certainly hoping for a happy birthday present this Saturday against Mizzou. Well, speaking of this Saturday afternoon's homecoming matchup against Missouri, Coach DeBoer spoke on the Tigers team earlier this week, and he made it clear that he respects the Tigers.
Coach Drinkwitz, especially over the last 2 years, but I know it takes time for him to build to this, has done a great job. Great football coach, just as far as how he's developing guys and, bringing the right people into his program. Got some transfers that have added to, a solid group of returning starters, 17-3 over the last 2 years. Just a resilient group, won some close games. And so we got another great task at hand as they're always going to be in the SEC.
Well, Alabama football players aren't used to losing, particularly fifth-year seniors like defensive lineman Jamarian Latham from Pickens County High School in Reform. But this team has dropped 2 games before November for the first time since 2007. Still, Latham believes Alabama hasn't lost its confidence and says the key to the drill for the Crimson Tide is to put a complete 60-minute game together.
Guys today coming out, with the right mindset, ready to go to work, ready to go 1-0, and just build on the things that we messed up on Saturday. It's a lot of small things that we just got to clean up. So I feel like as we get more prepared this week and guys actually lock in, I feel like we'll be able to put a 60-minute ball game together.
They'll need to. Well, the Auburn Tigers are an interesting team, to say the least. 2-5 overall and 0-4 in the SEC, but the feeling among the college football analysts is that Auburn is a much better team than the record indicates. The Tigers' next opportunity for a win is this Saturday at Kentucky.
I don't mind the pressure. I don't mind any of that. I just want to do the right thing for your kids at the right moment. And I think it comes down to we've got to gain some confidence in each other and for those moments that are winning moments.
Alabama in the NFL update. This is not a positive one. The NFL officially announced Thursday that Detroit Lions wide receiver Jameson Williams is suspended for 2 games without pay for violating the NFL's policy on performance-enhancing substances. The news came after JMO announced that he won't appeal the league's decision and has accepted the punishment. In a statement released through his agent, Rocky Arsenault, Williams said that the news came as a complete surprise and that I'm still trying to understand. And Thursday night NFL football tonight, it was the Rams taking down the Vikings 30-20. Alabama soccer on senior night beat Florida here in Tuscaloosa 3-1. Highlights tomorrow night at 5. And a sad note to end on. South Florida basketball coach Amir Abdul-Rahim, one of the brightest young coaches in college basketball, passed away, the school announced today at the age of 43 from complications due to a medical procedure. We're back after this. All right, even though it doesn't feel like it outside, football weather-wise, it's a little warm, but Football Friday tomorrow night, and our big game of the week, which we previewed today at 5, is Demopolis at Northside.
Yeah.
It's a huge showdown. I know Richard's kids are in the Northside School
Hopefully the
District.
Rams pull it out.
It'll be standing room only tomorrow night up there for the
I
Rams,
bet.
I guarantee you.
All right, final weather.
Hey, Friday looking pretty good in the morning hours. Man, it warms up quick, though. 82 at lunchtime, 87 by mid-afternoon. We'll be closer to record again tomorrow. We tied the record, set back in 2010 today. And again, closer to that tomorrow. 86 on Saturday. Temperatures in the low 80s next week. Maybe a brief shower on Sunday, but the risk of rain is pretty low.
All right, Richard, Gary, thank you. That's it for us. We're back here again tomorrow at 5 o'clock. Until then, have a great night.
See you.